always like add to it afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
I mean, to be fair, he just skimmed through my recording only. He didn't see exactly how long things were. He was just checking my body language because that was my main criticism.
Mm, okay lah. I restart now lah.
Can
Yeah. Good evening. Thank you for
I?
coming today. How would you like me to address you?
Or you can just address me as Nat. Yeah.
Yeah. How was your day today? Or was it good for you?
Uh, Quite okay. I managed to meet all my friends in class. I made some good progress with my assignment, and yeah, I haven't been too tired the whole day to the point where I cannot get more of my assignment done.
That's good. What motivated you to come today?
Um, for me, the main reason why I seek counseling is because my school is fine, but I have some friends that have been giving me trouble, and I still want to be as good a friend for them as possible, even though they frustrate me.
I see. So before we get into that, I will have to go through some confidentiality with you lah.
Mm,
So whatever is said within this session will stay within this session. However,
okay,
if I suspect that you would do something to yourself or do something to others that may be harmful, I would have to address that to my supervisor lah.
okay,
Is that okay with you?
yeah, I understand.
Okay. Uh, so firstly, I would like to ask you, what makes you come in today?
Uh, Mainly I've I've been wanting to come for counseling for a while, but with school and other commitments, I have not been able to find the time. So just happens I'm free today. And the main thing that triggered me to make this decision to come for counseling is the fact that I've been stressed out by some friends who haven't been bad friends to me per se, but they clearly have a lot of issues to work through, and I find it very hard to be around them. Yeah.
May I ask what your friend have done or what issues uh had they come up with?
Mm. So this friend struggles a lot with processing emotions. Um, while I can tell they are actually trying to process, they're not doing it quite effectively, and they end up trauma dumping on basically every single person they meet, even though you might have just meet them. Like from the very first second, she will just trauma dump on you. And while I always want to be there for people, I don't like abandoning people or ghosting because I understand people need someone to be there for them. It is very physically and mentally draining to be around this person. And I feel guilty if I distance myself because no one should be ghosted, no one deserves
Uh,
that. Yeah,
so correct me if I'm wrong lah. Um,
yeah.
but it seems like you're very conflicted and guilty in the sense where
Mm.
you want to be there for them, but you also have to almost take care of yourself as well lah.
Yes,
Am I getting that
you're
right?
correct. Yeah.
Uh, but when this situation occurs, what were some feelings that were brought up from you?
For me, I'll say first thing I notice is like signs of my already existing anxiety being triggered when I'm in the same room as this person. Um, Feeling an ache whenever I am even speaking to them, whether that is on text or in real life. So like I'll feel like I'm about to be more irritable. I will tense up physically and my heart will start beating faster. Yeah.
So almost the sense that you're very tired to be around them.
Mm.
Uh,
Not just tired, like I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Yeah.
so you're constantly worried that something might happen either to you or to them.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Um, have you ever talked this out with someone or with them?
I have ranted to my mom and a few other people, even though I'm trying my best not to talk bad about this person. The effect they are having on me is undeniable. Like, for example, when I ranted to my mom, even though I'll say she's not the most intelligent person when it comes to even talking about the simplest of things, she herself said that it was draining me. And it just confirmed my suspicions already. Because I've always had this gut feeling that this person was draining me. Whereas when I talk to other people, even they're not even involved in the situation, but they are clearly irritated on my behalf. And as for her, I've actually brought it up with her before. Although I must say it was something that was not easy for me because I don't like confrontation. And uh I don't like to push people away, but it just got to the point where I couldn't like take it already. And I know this person will at least understand. And even if they react badly, it's not really, I'm trying to tell myself it's not my problem because they are doing what they do and potentially pushing other people away. Um, so I told her and she understood. So I could relax a little bit. I was like, finally, this friendship is okay again. Because one thing that helped me actually do it was I can see this friendship as being repairable. Whereas most other people I've had conflict with, I don't confront them about anything. I just let the friendship fizzle out, which is very much my character. But for this girl, I see her quite often. I am in close communication with her and we like a lot of the same things. So I honestly cannot get away from her. I have no way out. So I no choice but to repair the friendship. So I brought it out with her. She was completely fine with everything. And then the thing is one day, for it's like I never told her that how to say, not really advice, but I never confronted her about it. It's almost like she forgot everything I said. And when in a moment of stress for her, she proceeded to dump on me again. And she would message me long paragraphs on Telegram. And I will only glance through and react to I don't know, every three messages just to show her that I'm reading. But I'm really not because I don't want to reinforce this kind of behavior from her. I get that. See, this is the conflicting part. I get that she needs someone to be there for her, but it is taking such a big toll on me. And while I am quite mentally okay, apart from my interactions with her, I don't think I have the capacity to handle this kind of person. Yeah.
So I can sense that you're conflicted and almost worried about your friendship with her lah. Because in
Mm,
one hand you want to help her, but on the other hand, it might not be the best for you. Am I getting that right?
yeah. Yeah.
So firstly, I like to say it was very brave of you to not confront her, but talk about that to her lah.
Mm,
Um,
like gentle confrontation.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when she did text you those long messages, were you upset that she was trauma dumping or she didn't really listen to what you said when you confronted her?
I guess a bit of both, because I know that she needs someone to be there for her, but with the knowledge that I've already told her off about her excessive trauma dumping, like a bit of trauma dumping is fine, that's very normal. But with that knowledge, she still proceeded to do it anyway. So I was very annoyed at her. I was like, here we go again. I mean, I'm one thing that really irks me about a lot of people is that they have no survival instinct, no drive to help themselves. And I'm always there picking up the pieces for them. It it's to the point where I've gotten tired of helping other people. I used to be always there for everybody kind of person. Like I'll never ghost, I'll never turn away unless it's a very rare circumstance. But for me, I've come to the realization where it's really not my job to help people. I am I've been trying to tell myself I am not their brain. They have their own brain. But like we both agree that I'm very conflicted. Yeah, because this is a very good friend of mine, and I know this is not a bad person. Yeah.
What you're feeling is actually very normal for a
Mm,
lot of people. Um, I know you like to help someone, but it's
mm,
almost when you're helping someone, you are letting yourself down. And
yeah.
I can sense that you are still very attached to this friendship. And it
Mm-hmm.
must be very difficult to come to the realization that not say you cannot help her, but she needs to help herself first.
Yeah.
Uh, if if I'm getting this right, you messaged her or you talked to her about the situation and she continued doing what she did before you confronted her.
Uh, I've only confronted her once. Then she acknowledged, and then she stopped doing it for a while. And maybe like 2 weeks later, when she was in that moment of stress, she did it again. Although I'm sure that she remembers I told her off about it, and she
So
still
if
chose to do
you
it anyway. Yeah.
so it feels like if you continue the cycle, it will never end lah. In a
Yeah,
sense where
kind of.
yeah, it must be very tiring to be in that situation.
Mm. I mean, I this may sound mean, but I can't help but think that this might be a reason why she doesn't have a lot of friends because she only has a few close friends, and she's been struggling mentally for quite a while. And I'll say this, I'm quite proud of her, but only very, very, very recently has she started going for therapy. Up to this point, I have always thought she was a all talk, no action person. And I really despise those kind of people because it is at the expense of those around them. And while they really cannot help it, some people really no control of the situation. The effect that it's having on other people, in this case myself, is undeniable. We can only do so much for them, and when it comes to a point, we actually have to walk away from the situation. If not, we will go insane. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be very tiring for you. Um,
Yeah.
I can only imagine how stressful it is as well.
Mm. I'm
But
just hoping that, yeah, I'm just hoping this therapy actually helps her.
and while it's great that you're wishing the best for her, sorry, how long has she been going therapy for?
I think maybe only a month. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's obviously a very good step in
Mm.
that direction, having someone for her to vent to.
Yeah. But I, like I told her, this is what I said when I confronted her. You cannot call it a friendship if all you're doing is trauma dumping on a person. Like, and this is a very bad example, but at least let the other person trauma dump as well. Um, it's like you cannot call, I use this example for her. You cannot call it a romantic relationship if all you're doing is having physical relations with the person and no romantic attraction at all. Then it's a completely different term already. That's what I told her. You cannot treat people as your unpaid therapist. You have to go get therapy. It's not because we are unqualified. It's just wrong. You drain the person of their happiness, you drain the person of their life. The person will no longer have any energy to do anything else. That's what I told her. Yeah.
So when you did say this to her, what was
Mm.
her reaction, or what did she say?
She actually she listened, and then afterwards when we had gone our own separate ways back home, she thanked me via text for telling her, and then I reiterated some of my points. I mean, of course, I didn't do it quite as frankly as I'm doing now, but I would say more or less the same level of directness because I was already quite done with her at that point, and I know that she is not that sensitive to criticism. And this kind of things, you cannot be so lenient about it because they won't actually correct their behavior. Yeah.
So what I'm getting is that you do want her to almost be not independent in a sense where she can do everything herself, but independent in the sense where she can see therapy or see someone else if she needs that, and not just relying on someone like yourself.
Yeah. Like after the second major time when she trauma dumped on me, when she was under stress, I distanced myself from her again, but I only started talking to her again when she told me she was going for therapy. Because I was like, finally, she's doing something. She won't be constantly trauma dumping on me anymore. But it has definitely scarred me because every time I hear a few words from her that were things she would mention when she was trauma dumping on me, the stress comes back again.
I
Yeah,
see. So almost like you're worried.
constantly worried, trying not to care, although that is very against my nature because I kind of absorb everyone's stress in a way, like a sponge.
Yeah, it must be
Yeah,
very tiring for you.
yeah,
But I think what you're feeling right now is it's human nature to be uh like treating yourself first.
mm,
So please do not feel too guilty about the situation, even though I know it might not be your behavior towards it. But may I ask, uh, when she did talk to you about the whole trauma dumping, what was the main reason why you don't really want to talk to her? Is it the amount, or you really just need to almost uh take care of yourself first?
I would say partially the amount and the scope of what she was saying. Like, she wasn't talking about very inappropriate things, but a lot of the stuff she said, I don't need to know, even if she is confiding in me. Like, in class, when we learn about how to write essays, the advice from the lecturer is always write down what the reader needs to know. Other than that, you really don't need to write it down. And once she starts talking, she won't stop. And I would never get a break from it because we talk outside of whenever we meet, and then we also meet quite often. So it's just like I was constantly there. There was nothing stopping it. And even when I just react to her message with emoji instead of replying to hint that I need a break or I don't want to talk at the moment, she'll still dump another paragraph on me. Like, she cannot read situations very well. Yeah.
Is there a reason why she may be relying on someone? Because
Hmm.
like you said, she might not have any close friends, right?
She does have a few, but she has a lot of unhealed trauma that, like I said, she is all talk, no action. What I mean by that is she says she's trying to heal. I can tell she's trying. She's using methods that would usually work, but because she's doing them herself and not getting professional help,
Um,
the normally effective methods are not effective for her. It's like the blind leading the blind, but it's herself. Yeah.
I see.
I
So,
think, yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I think that's mostly what I'm stressed about.
So, you're feeling very stressed and nervous about your
Mm,
friend that not constantly, your friend that likes to trauma dump on someone like yourself,
yeah.
and you're conflicted in the sense where you do want the best for her and you do want to see her succeed, but you also need to preserve yourself.
Yeah.
And what I'm getting at what I'm getting at is you are in a sense worried for yourself and worried for her, and that is very detrimental to your already ongoing anxiety, as you said.
Yeah.
Moving forward, of course, I would like to see you again if that's okay with you. Moving
Yeah.
forward, we can definitely talk about what we can do to mitigate the situation or how to cause you to have less worry lah. Would you be okay
Okay.
for next session?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
So thank you for your time, Natalie. Uh,
Mm,
have a safe trip back.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.